I like to start by massaging the little space in between the long bones, your metatarsals, that run between the big toe and the second toe, to address that inward pull of the big toe. You've got tight muscles in there and tight tissue that is shortened from the toe being pulled across. So pulling the toe just in line, the big toe, and then just running your thumb in between those two long bones. Just forward and back, and just getting that tissue to release a little bit. You might have some bits that feel a little bit more painful than others. You can stop there, slow down. You're not pushing so hard that it feels really painful. I sometimes pull the toe down as well as across, but you may want to work your way up to that depending on how comfortable or uncomfortable this feels to you. It doesn't have to take very long. I try and do this little routine every day. If I aim for every day, maybe I'll get 5 times a week. And just getting a nice bit of a massage going in between those metatarsal bones. Let's try the other foot. This is my worst side. I've got a worse bunion here. So pulling the toe across, sliding the thumb in between those long, thin bones, the metatarsals that run down the length of the foot to the toe. If you find any particularly sore spots, you can stop there and just press it a little bit. That's it. And then once you've got a little bit of a massage, a little bit of a stretch going on, a little bit of softening in the tissue that's tight, you want to strengthen the tissue that's long and that isn't holding the toe in the right position. So first of all, I like to bring the toes over and then press them down into the floor. So I'm pushing down. You can see my other toes are a little bit tensed with it, so try and relax them. And just press down with your big toe into the floor. You may feel some activation under the arch of the foot there along the inside. Okay. And one more like that. So get them in line, get them sort of more straight rather than angled in, and then press down into the floor. Once you've done that a couple of times, you can try and activate the muscles that pull the toe into the midline. So I like to rest my fingers on the inside of my arch where I can feel the muscle working, and then I just pull the toe across. It took me a while to be able to do this. So if at first you can't do anything, use your other hand to bring the toe across. See if you then feel the muscles on the inside of the arch, and then give it a go, helping as much or as little as you need to get that movement. Believe me, if you persevere, it will start to work. Let's try the other side. So the toe comes across. You can see this is my worst side. I have less movement on the other side. So I'll give it a little bit of help, and I feel this muscle here working as I do that. And even if you don't get much movement, if you feel the muscle working, that's quite good. You can also strengthen the toes by lifting the big toe. You can see when I lift, the toe really comes across the foot. It seems to me that's not a good idea. So I like to put a barrier in place. So I've got my fingers in line and I'm lifting the toes up, just the big toes, keeping the other ones down, but I'm trying to get the toe to lift so it's in a correct alignment rather than coming across the way it naturally would with the pull, with the slight malformation of my foot. Try and keep all the other toes down. So that again might be a skill you need to work on. You may need to hold the other ones down and when you first start lifting the foot, first start lifting the big toe. And that's okay if you need to do that to start with. And eventually you want to get more ability with the muscles of your feet, which have become atrophied from lack of use. Now you can keep the big toe down, try and lift all the other toes. I haven't yet mastered this one, so I'm helping by keeping my toes down. I'm also trying to keep them in, by keeping the big toes down, trying to keep them in a better alignment as well. And once you've got all 4 toes lifted, you could try to spread them wide and put them down one at a time. Let's try that again. Up with all 4 toes, keeping the big toe down, and spread them wide. You can see again my right foot's better. This foot is better than the other one. Good. Just give your feet a little bit of love. And then when I've finished with that little routine, I slip in my toe correctors. You could use the things that you get when you have a pedicure, but they're not very comfortable for walking around in, whereas the proper toe correctors actually are designed to be worn in a shoe with a wide toe box and can be quite comfortable.